Today I'm going to make a goblet, and I goofed up and didn't have a goblet ahead of time, so I'll just show you what it's kind of going to look like. So there. All right, so I'm going to start with the stem. I'm going to center my clay. Usually use a high speed on the wheel to get that clay moving, keep it nice and wet. Take breath and breathe even, exhaling evenly, slowly. I do all of my important steps on the exhale. Right now I'm going to go ahead and start forming the very base of the stem, leaving this. Just want to form the base. This is going to be kind of sturdy and a little on the thick side, so it's not going to chip easily. And then I can make the narrow stem off the base. And it's kind of fun to do little curves and accents. Just create a unique shape. And if every stem is slightly different, then you don't grab somebody else's wine glass by accident. So I'll put a little groove there, and it's kind of cool because your fingers will fit in the grooves nicely and easily. I'm going to broaden the top of it so it's really easy for me to affix the base of the glass part, the top part, the drinking part, to the top of the stem. There we go. So that's a stem, and you can see how narrow it is and how it was wiggling. So if I started with the base and then left a lump of clay up here to try to make a goblet on top of it, the wine glass part on top of it, of course this is all going to wiggle like crazy. So we always make them in two separate pieces. So I'll grab another bat, another lump of clay, and throw the goblet top. Centering, of course, first. Always on the exhale. That's when I get it centered. And then make my well. And it's a very simple shape. Just a sweet little cup. Broaden it and thin the wall by making a pull upward. There we go. I should really slow it down so that I don't lose control. I hate it when that happens. There we go. Maybe flare it out a little bit. Not too much. If you flare too much, you end up splashing yourself in the face while you're drinking. And then have that bottom nice and narrow. So I'm going to get rid of some of that extra here. Straighten it out because it started to wobble a tiny bit. Nice and steady she goes. Just give it a little bit of a curve just for some character. And like I said, a nice narrow bottom so it's easy to attach to the stem, but it's a little more elegant looking and not chunky and chubby. There. So that would be the top. And then I'll put that off to the side and grab the ones that I made a while ago. Actually, I'm going to slice this. I don't know if you guys can see this. I hope you can. Slice this free with fish line. I always have a spool of fish line by my pottery wheel. So now all I need to do is score and slip them together. You want to make sure that when you're making your stem that it isn't so thick that it could blow up in the kiln. I'm going to scratch and wet the bottom. And as I turn that over, I see that I should sponge also the very base so it's nice and rounded. There, that looks cleaner. I'm trying my best not to touch any of the top part of the goblet because I don't want fingerprints on it. Now I'm going to just eye it up, making sure it's on there as even as can be. Wow, it already looks kind of even. Go figure. Didn't do that on purpose. I mean, it's a nice feeling and all. Let me see how it looks. Looks pretty good. I'm going to leave it where it is and press just a little bit to make sure that where I scored and slipped it, it really stays together. And then I've got my little paintbrush. I'll wet that and brush underneath to get rid of any extra slip that has oozed out. Erase my fingerprints with the sponge. There. There's a little wine glass. Thanks for watching.